Yo, watch about dog, SK New Air this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
William Day Memorial High School D-Cup Alumni presents its third annual fundraising barbecue on Memorial Day, May 30th, 2022. Wear your favorite jersey to Wilsonwood Park in Mount Vernon, New York. Remember to take exit 12 off the Hutchinson River Parkway. Music by DJ Mad Max of Sound 1000. Proceeds to aid the William Day High School Costa Cup team. For more information, contact Keegan 304-607-4034. Our Codfish at 954-639-2991. Proud of people, it's important. Remember, make sure say oh no did that.
All right. Greetings. Good evening. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manningsman. And today we're going to talk some Reggae Girls football. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And we will be having joining us in a few head coach of the senior Reggae Girls, Coach Vin Blaine. Coach Vin Blaine is getting his charges ready for the next set of World Cup qualifying games for the Jamaica team. They will go up against the Cayman Islands in Cayman, and then they will also play against the Dominica Republic. That's Saturday of this week and Tuesday of next week. The game on Tuesday will be played locally here in Jamaica at Sabina Park. And we're going to get more details about that, about how you can go out and support the Reggae Girls. They need our support. But before we get into that, I want to share with you a couple other things about the JPL, but not only that, I want to also take some time out to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. They are Prestige Finance. Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. You can call them at 876-884-7390 and they will lend you up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. And it's very simple. There is no processing fee, same day processing, and 0 to 4% interest rate if you inform them that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. Also want to say a big thank you to Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy, listen, Patrick Reed, former Constant Spring Waterhouse, and also played in national team. He's a key figure in Launch Legacy. They operate in Canada and across North America. And it's Launch Legacy. And at Launch Legacy, they handle risk and seek legacy. So for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA, visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Also, before I get the guest on, the coach, and 2 games to win, before I bring him on, also want to let you know that our merch has traveled the gravel and they are available now in the United States and all across the United States, but we only have a few remaining. And if you call this number 1-954-639-2991, then the merch will get to your doorstep in a jiffy. So check them out. All right, big up all the persons who are watching, and remember to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Big up Shem, Fresh God, Coach Karumi, big up Tennessee Lewis in the building. I don't want to waste any more time. Let me bring in the coach of the moment, the campaign that we can bank on, seeing that one is over and one looks to be headed down the right path. Coach Blaine, don't tell me, did I wake you up?
Almost did.
Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know the Sunday snooze is normally sweet. So I'm glad that I got you, so you escaped the snooze. But good to have you. Good to have you back on I Am Sure Sports. It's always a great pleasure having conversations with you about the sport we love the most, football.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here.
All right. So, just in beginning, can you tell us about the games that are coming up for the Reggae Girls, when and where and how people can attend, if you have that information with us, and we can get that out the way?
Well, the first game is in Cayman on the 9th. So we'll be training first and then go to Cayman and play on the 9th. We double back to Jamaica on the 10th, and we play Dominican Republic on the 12th at Sabina Park.
Okay, so the first game, people, will be in the Cayman Islands on Saturday, which is the 9th. The team will travel back to Jamaica on Sunday, rest, and do probably light training on Monday.
Right,
and prepare for a game on Tuesday. Very, very short window.
Wow. Yeah, man. That's the way it goes. That's in this competition. That's the way it goes, And before I forget, the game is at 6 o'clock. The local game is at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Do you know what it costs? And fans are allowed.
Yeah.
You don't have to be vaccinated, right?
No, not from my knowledge. No.
Okay.
It's just like the Premier League is open up, just like the Premier League.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So I think that fans are allowed without vaccination, and we will figure out what the cost is hopefully before the end of the show, so we can tell you when and how you can access tickets to the game, because we need to support our Reggae Girls, because this is the Senior World Cup campaign that we'll be watching and seeing a Jamaica team participate in the next 2 years. All right, well, that too, 1 year or so. But so when does the team, Coach, when does the team come together, and how are plans going in terms of the assembling of the squad?
Well, the assembling of the squad was a little bit of a challenge, because we had players who picked up injuries. I won't name the players, if you don't mind. I won't name the players, but I know they've had players with injuries, and one just called me this morning, tested positive for COVID, and we assemble on tomorrow, as a matter of fact. We assemble tomorrow. So we're a little bit short on numbers, but I have to be positive that we do the job. The ones that are here will do the job.
Whoa! That don't look good on the eve of the camp coming together.
Those are things that can happen. I mean, we have to stay positive about it. It's unforeseen. These things, and with the COVID situation, everyone has to do a COVID test before they get here. And unfortunately, one of them picked up the tested positive, so she's out. Another one, she picked up an injury, and this happened in the last window when we had people who were supposed to come in. They picked up injuries, so it happens. We just have to prepare ourselves for that. We do have a deep squad, as I said, so it's not that. I mean, it's not anything to panic over right now.
Yeah. So with the COVID situation, Wouldn't the ninth be enough time, seeing that today is the third? Because isn't that now a 3 to 5 day like quarantine before
Yeah,
you're
but
back?
that's not the problem. That's not the problem. They can't travel with a positive.
Oh, whoa, yeah.
So
Ay, ay, ay.
that's a definite problem right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Whoa.
I think that you have to go for a period of time first. I'm not sure, but I know that a lot of them. And one just recovered. Like in late early this week gone by, and I think that a 2 week window that they have to stay. So I don't know exactly what her country has to stay because she's at the club, but I know that's that's one of the things that we're faced with.
Okay. All right. And so this is just from the last squad that we because the last squad we assembled
Hmm.
had good players, but it didn't have all our best players. I don't know if that is.
I know I
Let
don't
me
like
say it this
things
way:
that, right?
we had other players that could have been available that were not available.
Yeah.
Let's
I
put it
don't
that
like the
way.
best player thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happens. And I say it don't happen. It happens when people you don't know what's gonna happen to next day. Who get because they're still playing. They're still playing. For instance, I was watching a game. I was watching Bonnie Shaw play yesterday, right? And she got a knock and had to come out the game.
Whoa.
So it's okay. I'm sure it's okay. But I think they were about to take her out anyhow. But then she picked up a little knock. I saw it. It wasn't anything that was. I don't think there's anything that should cause concern. She might have a little tightness. But
Yeah.
she's
She
actually in
did
Jamaica
look
now.
like she was carrying an injury last time around as well. Like,
Yeah, we were watching that.
yeah.
But I watched her play. She was running good. She wasn't favoring anything. So hopefully she's 100.
Yeah. And Marla Sweatman, I mean, her team has been doing really, really well. She has been playing
Hmm.
latter game time. I mean, she was not in the last squad. Is she now available, or she still out, or
No,
she's
she's available. She's available. The
yeah.
last time she got injured like 4 days before she should turn up here for the first round.
Oh, that's the last camp.
Yeah, the last camp.
Okay,
But
the
she's
first two
okay
games that
now.
they played.
She's quite
Okay.
fine now. Yeah.
And also one of the key absentee was Havana from the last window as well.
Yeah, she's still injured.
Oh, she's still injured.
It was more severe than
First thought.
Marlo.
Whoa. So she's meaning that she even at her club she's not in recovery yet. She's still.
She's in recovery, but I'm not sure what exactly. The doctor is in touch with them still. So
Okay.
I depend on the doctor's information because
Okay.
she's in touch with the clubs.
Okay. We also had some players who were unavailable. The last time you were on, you mentioned a couple of them who, because of document, I think the processing, I'm not sure if it was the stage of the passport or it was the citizenship, but there was a delay or it was going fast, but wasn't fast enough for the last window. Has any of those issues been cleared as we prepare for this? These set of games?
But unfortunately, some things came up in a couple of them, their application where the father's name was spelled wrong, and his passport, that type of thing, and they were never told that, or if they did hear, they did address it quick enough. So we're still in that situation now, where they have to present new documentation or and to get that up. So I think we have just about one person that may be ready out of the rest that I wanted.
Whoa. Okay.
So
So based on all the issues, I mean, are you still confident that you will have a good enough squad? Because many people believe that the Dominican Republic is going to be a tough opponent. It's good that we'll have them at home with the home fans, but do you believe that you have a strong enough squad in spite of all the injuries and unavailability to get the results from these two games?
yeah, I still do that. I said it from the top of the qualifying stage, that we do have a deep squad. You know, yes, you want certain players, but there's no reason to be too overly concerned and put any doubt in the rest of the squad's mind that you think you can't make it. If I make comments like those and the players hear that, they show lack of confidence in who I have. You know, I do believe that we have a squad that can overcome both teams.
Okay. All right. And any new player, I mean, outside what we discussed in terms of documentation, anyone except for Marlo coming back in the squad that we didn't see the last time, or maybe out of the under 20, I don't know, someone who was a part of the team that we could see.
Yeah. No. One new player, one person we was coming in, but then again, we ran into some difficulties with her. She's actually in Jamaica as we speak, but there are some difficulties, and we're trying to work it out as quick as possible. It's an iffy situation. You know, as far as the under 20 goes, the concern with the under 20 that they will be able to play both competitions. And let me emphasize this: it's not because of any rule from CONCACAF or FIFA. It's the time that they'll be out from college. You know, most of them are in college, if not all, at the under 20. For them to be out for 4 or 5 for almost 3 weeks, imagine, and then back again. You know, and that's one of the problems we're having now with a couple of players that are in college that would play in the senior team. They are not being allowed to come because it's graduation time coming up. All those things affect them, so we have to look at those things.
Yeah, because I know the captain, she got injured early in the under 20 tournament. I don't know how severe it was, Peyton. So, just wondering if
but she's also in college.
Yes, yeah.
So there's a difficulty there.
I mean, how are things in terms? I know the last time the government, I think, stepped in to help with the flight. So you guys had a chartered flight. I think in the first in the first round when you had to go away to Grenada. How is it now, seeing that you have to go to Cayman? Are they, because I think one of the things that has plagued the football is the logistics to move players together to one location all together in ample time to settle, prepare, to get the game done, arrange the flight, to come back. And people just think like it can't be that hard, but in terms of logistics and arranging flights, it can be a little difficult. And we have seen this time and time again with the senior men's team, where, the opponent get back, who they're going to play, actually reach Jamaica before they come back home and sing. How are those plans going?
Everything is in place as far as I know. I don't deal with those logistics, but we have our time that we're going to be departing. We have all that, so I figure everything is in place for that. I don't have any concerns with that.
Yeah, and how involved are you with the process of now? And I'm just citing some stuff that I've seen, though I've never heard them, with the female team, to be fair, which means that there is good planning or good media projection in terms of you're very selective in terms of the female program, what is projected. But I mean, when the players generally go back to, say, England as an example, generally at the highest level, we hear the coaches talk about their travel plans. It got to the point where I think a private jet was sent for Mikel Antonio. How are the plans for our top players, the Bonnie Shaw, who goes back to Man City? Does she get first class seat with her legs all stretched out and lie down with one straight flight and all of that? Because I didn't know, Coach, that the travel is so difficult after a game, that when a player goes back, if they don't travel good, they could sit out the game on the weekend. How are those plans?
That was part of the negotiations we have in the players' contract. That's one of the things that I discussed. We're still working on it because yes, it's not just the the flights are long. You know, and the young ladies, when they come to us, they for instance, players play today that are coming tomorrow, right? So for them to sit up in that seat that's cramped, and they're cramped all the way coming, is difficult. So we are negotiating that with the association. It's not. I tell you, the flights are not cheap, right? One of the flights we're looking at was that $1.3 million. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So, and unfortunately, sometimes you can't plan from book tickets from a month out. You know, it might be cheaper.
Because you don't know who is going to come.
Exactly. For instance, I've changed the squad at least 4 times in the past 3 weeks.
Wow.
Based on people coming and injured. I mean, imagine this morning, one called me and said she's positive. So it's hard. It's very difficult. It's not like a club. When they are in a club, the club can project, you know, because the squad is there, that's their squad, and they know who's there. But with a national program, sometimes this person cannot come because of certain reasons. So you keep changing your squad. So you buy tickets so early, you can lose a lot of money sometimes. Not all airlines will accommodate you switching, you know, transferring the ticket to somebody else. So we are in a tricky situation. I've now been faced with that, you know, because the squad is going, you know, just changing from time to time, from day to day.
Okay. Do you find also that you know, a common sentiment shared by some local fans is that the persons who are not born in Jamaica, there's a perception in some people in the local landscape that they, and just looking at the male team, that they are not as quote unquote committed as those who are born here. Do you find this as a sentiment with female football, or you don't have to deal with that kind of struggle or that kind of question when it comes on to female football?
No, I think it's not as prevalent as the male side, but you'd have questions every time you carry players in, especially with coaches who believe that they have players that are just as good. They're gonna question it. You know, is that a part of the whole game and you know, the environment around the game? They're gonna question. If they don't question. That's why I always say that we have to go back to where we build our players here. Back in 2005, 2006, when we failed to qualify, we came fourth. We lost out to Mexico. We had no overseas-based players in the team, but then we had a vibrant women's Premier League. You know, we had a vibrant school league with 40 teams. We had maybe 20 teams in the Premier League with women. So you had a good base to choose from. Now, what happened over the past 3 years is that we never had that base to choose from. So everything went overseas. But we do have, the beauty about it, we do have players who came from then, like Bonnie Shaw, then you know, those young ladies were there before. So it's just to get back to that thing. But I would not be upset if someone asked that question, because once you can justify selection, you know, you can defend those questions.
Okay, very good. I mean, people don't know, like, for people who are not at the game, they don't know the composition of your coaching staff. Would you care to, you know, let them know who your first assistants, video analysts, physical trainer, you know, goalkeeper, coach, so they can get familiar with the persons that are part of, because you don't do it alone. I mean, I'm there, I see that you don't do it alone, but some people may hear Vin Blaine is the head coach, they don't realize that there's a team of persons that help to make the wheel run.
Well, my first assistant coach is somebody I've known for quite some time. He was with University, not University of Miami, Florida International University. It was for 27 years he coached there. He's now located in the UK. He had traveled with me in 2006, as a matter of fact, when I went to playoffs. His name is Everton Edwards. So he has been around for some time with me. Then we had I brought in a young female coach because I think that we wanted a female around the team too. Tony Cowan, she's actually doing her year for B license now with Scotland. There's a assistant coach that's coming in, and I won't name because it has not gone out, so I don't want to preempt the whole thing with JFF. I have to respect that protocol, you know.
Okay.
But I have somebody new coming in, and he will be named as soon as they put out all the squad and the staff then. But we have most of the locals are around the team. You know, we have Jason Henry, who is a high performance coach. We have Harry Nelson, who is a strength and conditioning coach. We have the Dr. Jill Lawrence, who is been around the team for a long time. You know, we have players. We have Massus, everyone around the team.
Clive Wedderburn as well is.
Oh, the goalkeeper is Spider Clive Wedderburn, so he's a goalkeeper coach. So it's a matter of mostly local coaches and a couple overseas.
Okay. And I mean, how important it do you have a video analyst, somebody who is at the game to?
We had a video analyst. His name was we had a video analyst. He did the same for it was the Reggae Boys also.
Oh no, because I hear it said was. So
yeah, it was. I think he's working with me for this couple of games. You know, but he up to recently he was with the Reggae Boys. Just the last game he was there, but he can't make it for this round.
Oh, okay.
Teams take a lot of time, you know, especially the back-to-back competitions.
All right, I'm going to put my video analyst on the spot. Tell him to analyze the game for you and send you it. And then if you're impressed with his work, maybe you can.
You never know.
You never know because he's actually in this chat somewhere, probably listening right now because he follows the platform. But yes, so I'm going to ask him to.
What's his initials?
I don't know if he wants me to do that. You know, we get him in problems because you know.
So the first initial is J.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I think you know. That is why you use that initial, but I will not answer. I leave it that to the initial
so
to you.
No, you can appreciate when I don't call names too, right?
There you go. I understand. You know how it works and things. So I mean, all things seem to be set. But my and this is my take because I think the Dominican Republic are going to have a hard time against Bermuda because I think they play Bermuda in this round, right?
They played Bermuda on the 8th.
On the 8th. And for some reason, I think if that Bermuda team that played against Jamaica plays against this Dominica team the same way, it's going to be a drawn game.
Well,
I think so.
But coach, you hope that. For me, I would want him to lose.
Okay.
Right? But to be fair to Bermuda, I think people are looking past Bermuda to the Jamaica-Dominica game.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do that. You know?
I think you have
to look at. I think Bermuda is a formidable team. They might be the best team.
Yeah.
But they have players who wants it. I heard the interview after they played against I think that Cayman, and they won the game, and the interview by the coach and the captain, and they are adamant that they can win the game. And you know they play. They have girls that are playing in college. They have girls that are playing in UK also. So it's not that easy. I don't believe it's an easy team.
So that means that Grenada won't be playing then.
Grenada plays. Yeah, Grenada. I think Grenada is resting until they play. They will play in They will play in Bermuda after.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Because it's actually five teams
5 teams, yeah.
in the zone.
The
So
Ber-
Jamaica
the-
really
on
don't
the
get a
12th.
rest. We just play out our 4 games, and then the last round
Yeah.
we will be resting.
The
We
12,
should-
we are right.
Yeah. So if we win our 2 games, it don't matter what happens in the last round.
No,
Basically.
basically, no.
Yeah, because there's no way we could be passed.
No.
Is it?
We know 2 games, that's it.
Okay.
Because remember,
Okay.
Bermuda already lost a game. And for the next game, when we play against a Damrep and win that game, Damrep we down 1 game too. So we'll be the only team that rack up 4 wins.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what about in terms of scouting? Do we normally, I mean, in at this level of women football, scout our opponent? What do we know about the Dominican Republic?
I've already seen how the rotations go. I've already seen how they play. I've already seen the formation they play. I have also engaged your analyst. I'm going to say it right here now. I speak, as a local person. And, I like to use my local person. So, very good. I got a very good analysis on the team. I have spoken.
Yes.
Outside of my other analysts, So we have gone through it, we have studied them. I watched both games that they played. They have the same rotation, they have the same movement. I think they might reconsider certain things playing against us.
Yeah.
But I think they can remain do the same thing. I know they play 3 in the back. That's one of the things that I know. But it's we have looked at them. I've looked at them more than once. So we know exactly how they play, but we have to prepare for that, but also consider that they can change their approach.
They're saying.
So we have to make sure that we do our thing.
Yeah, and I mean, are there players there that, I mean, they have been around? Normally some of these teams, they have a 1 and 2 player. I remember the Bermudian forward who was at, I think, Navarro College. She came in. I think,
yes.
Yeah. So sometimes these teams, they may not have 10, 8, 9, or 11 top players, but there may be 2 or 3 that you probably encountered in the youth rank, and they have come up through the system, gone through the college system. Are there any players like that in the Dominican Republic team that we need to, pay attention to?
Well, I more pay attention to their movement. I mean, they have players. Obviously, they have players that can play, right? But most times you prevent them from getting the ball. A lot of times we think about the players sometimes, but who's delivering the ball to them is what I am interested in. Who is the playmaker? And they play a very disciplined pattern. They have a disciplined approach to the game. Nothing overly dynamic. Their movement is what I look at. They have a particular way of moving, especially with their captain. As I said, we don't know. Maybe they won't have the opportunity to do those things against us. You never know. Our job is to interrupt that type of play from them. That's all.
And how do you get your team to adjust to playing outside of the national stadium? I'm trying to remember if the national team has played an international game. I know I watched that game, I think, in Montego Bay some time ago, but I think it was a friendly. I can't remember them ever playing a international full strength team in a game outside the stadium. I mean,
well, the beauty about it is that we're going to have about 5 training sessions there before we go to Cayman. So they can.
Right. Okay, so you're training base before you travel.
Right.
Will be at Sabina Park.
Yeah, has to be.
Okay.
And then we go there, and then we'll come back again. We have another training session there before the game, the night before the game. So let me tell you, the surface. All I asked of them is to make sure they roll the field. Because I watch the games in live and I watch the game on television and see how the ball is bouncing. In the Premier
Bumpy,
League.
yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you want to control the ball, it bounces up. So I've requested from the JFF that they have our person in charge of the fields go there and just express that, just explain to them how we want, what we want. You know,
That's a very interesting conversation because I'm going to tell you why. Our players locally struggle with this, right? On comfortable surfaces, they struggle with speed of play because the ball gets to them faster than normal, so they have to think faster, right? And I think the opposite is true, that when the players play predominantly overseas and they come, and there are these bumps and you have to wait a little longer, it affects their pace of play in a negative way. So I think it is important that the surface, I know they have tried to keep the pitch to the far right, unlike at Jarrett Park where the pitch is in the center of the field. They have tried to cut the field or mark the field in such a way that it is predominantly to the Kingston, I think, Cricket Club side. So it is not in the middle of the field. It's like in a little spot by itself, and no cricket has been played on it as well for quite some time. I think it was some Jamaica trial game in the back end of last year that was there.
My concern is how long we're gonna have Premier League playing before we come. Premier League, I think Premier League might play next week also, and we start our training on the 5th.
Well, the last Premier League set a game will be tomorrow. The Monday night games. So they don't play again until Sunday, which I think it will be foolhardy to play any game on the venue.
Venue. I'm hoping that they realize that and start put some water on it and roll. Because remember, you see, I'm confident that if they use the same people who manicure the field there all the time, the groundsmen, they are very good in preparing those outfield. Because cricket.
Right.
So cricket never normally have a bouncing mode. It runs smoothly, right? I'm hoping that we can get it back to that level or that stage come the 12th when we play there. Because the ball will move faster, right? The players that are coming are used to that type of thing. Not their field is a little more lush, but still yet it will roll fast. You know, and that's all I hope for. Once we have it bouncy, that you have to be waiting on the ball. I'll keep your eyes on the ball. You know, so that's what we can get in good condition, back to good condition.
I'm here thinking like what venue they're going to use for their Premier League games, because the stadium and the Stadium East will be used up for champs.
Champs, right?
And I don't. So it will be interesting to see how they do that. Maybe they can use Catherine Hall for that weekend, but I think
they can go back. They can go back up to the technical center.
Oh yes, they can go back to the technical center. Although they wouldn't have the ability.
The light.
Yeah, they don't have the light. Yeah, they would have to go back to early games and stuff.
Yeah, but if the JPL thinking about the girls and the international game, they try to work something out.
True.
You know, I mean, put it this way, I'm hoping that they will take that into consideration.
Yeah. Listen, like I said, I started out fully confident that we would get through this phase, but and this whole paperwork thing, I'm always concerned because you just know sometimes you hear like stuff are so close, and I've had the experience with the Reggae Boys program that you hear like they're about to get their passport and somehow there is some name, there is a letter, and just recently it was explained to me that sometimes in some cases, I can't say it's a case with your situation, but a lot of persons who leave Jamaica and end up being overseas leave using information that is not always accurate. All right.
You tried. Very
Yes.
diplomatic. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Yes. So, say, just hypothetically speaking, if my name is Omar Black, Black, I to go away, I say I am Omar Black. It's still Black. So a generation after, my grandson wants to play for Jamaica, and he says his grandfather's name is Omar Black. They sent to Jamaica and they say, yes, we have someone born on that same date in that same parish. But the person we have, his name is Omar Black. Like, I have seen that happen before.
Yeah, no, that is true. It comes down to, even if you have a name that's hyphenated, right? And you have that hyphen in between name, and they write without the hyphen. That too is a problem.
Yeah.
Every little detail must be the same. If your birth certificate says with an hyphen, and you don't put it on in your pass on the application, they turn it back for that also. This is why you have somebody who goes there when you apply in person. They check the documentation and make sure it's correct. One of the problems we are having now is a player that has her father's name as Williams. William with a S, Williams. And then on his thing is a William. His middle name is William and not Williams. So those things it has to be properly documented. It must be detailed.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to do what they call it, deed poll.
Deed poll.
Yeah, which takes some time, and if the person
Well,
is
it's what they do sometimes, What they do sometimes, for instance, and this can be difficulty also. But when something is that is wrong, they have to find somebody who knew the person, older than the person, and knew them from then, that can verify that this is the same person.
Like a JP.
No, like a relative, a friend.
Okay.
That say, okay, I know this man from that time, and get it adjust the piece and sign off on it.
I am wondering if there is something that we can do, because like I said, this is something that has plagued the male side of the football. Right? I don't know. It don't seem to be a frequent thing. I think probably this is the first time. And I kind of find that this happens predominantly with persons in England.
Yes.
I kind of find that we don't have that with the persons who are coming out of the American system, and I think that happened because there's a closer connection. They normally come on holidays and all of that when they're in America. We don't find the same kind of exchange in terms of in England. So I am wondering
maybe not, but you see a lot of them don't put the husband's name on the birth certificate, or the father's name on the birth certificate. So then they must do a deed thing to change her name back to the father's name. All those things takes place. A mother angry with the father if she don't put the name on the birth certificate, and has nothing to do with the father. Until the child is ready to play.
Whoa. You see, I never even thought about it that way.
That to be friends again for that moment to help the child.
Yeah, to get the name on the.
Yeah.
And what I am thinking though is that, like, is like at the beginning of the process, like if we need to have intervention at the beginning, because remember this is from in last year at the friendlies, I think Costa Rica, some of the players turned up, and I'm saying that they would have indicated from before that they wanted to play for Jamaica. They came to the friendly, which is okay. But since that friendly to now, it's around 6 months, probably more than 6 months.
Yeah, but that was I think what should I want to choose the right word really. But let me get back. Back when I had a team from like 2005 2006, when I started to do scouting, my thing was you can't come to Jamaica and just start the process. I never had anybody in my camp. that
Okay.
I told the parents, I met with the parents. I said, this is what you have to do all of this, and then you come. Because I usually have them let them come on trials, but they have to pay their way to come on trials. But they never played a game. So the process starts with them getting all the information out, and get that done. Apparently, so this wasn't done here. I don't know. In certain cases, it wasn't done. But I don't know what took place. I can't say it was a bad decision or good. I can't say. I don't know under what conditions they were brought in. But I'm just saying what you're saying just now is something that
you
happen.
used to do.
Yeah, and that is something that should happen, and then all of this will be out the window.
Yeah, because I think from the initial process, like if you say you want to play for Jamaica, all right, talk to Puncinella Brown. All right, I Puncinella, my name is Cherry Plates. I want to play for Jamaica, and she will say, all right. Here's what you need to have. You need to have these 3 documents. You need to go to this place. All right. We normally have the challenges on the document. So make sure, we need to find a way, I think, and this is just in football in general. And I'm saying that because no fault of yours, but see, it has popped up where you had players that you believe that by this time, everything, because you weren't involved in the process. So you're thinking, it is the same procedures from when you were initially in the whole thing, but it was a completely different administration for the most part.
Yeah.
So
well, and the fact that you see them play, the fact is you players playing for Jamaica, yeah.
You assume that it must be close, or it is done. So you come in and know it's not. So I'm wondering, because you used to do it before, if there's a way that you can have dialogue at the higher level to put in place a policy document or a standard operating procedure with a person at the helm that applies both, because it's the same place, it's England, that applies to both male and female football.
Yeah. Well, I think there was something in place, I don't know what happened. I said I don't want to get into details. I inherited a team, and I don't know what those procedures were or where it fell through. I can't say, but you're correct. And as I said, in the beginning when I was there earlier, I always had a talk with it. You have to make sure that everything is in order before you make plans for the players to come. Right now, I have players who have contacted me since I'm here, and the first thing I asked them, do you have a Jamaican passport? If they said no, next question is, do you have anyone that you qualify through? And people and kids players are now saying, oh, I just did it, I'm with my passport now. So there are people out there. I think that going forward, from what's happening now, it will be. I'm sure that the federation will ensure that these things are happening.
Yeah, but I think what I'm saying is that's good enough, because you don't generally hear this. You just, once you see someone in the Jamaica senior team jersey in the female team,
that's
you
it.
know that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That has always been. And you ask most Jamaicans, they will tell you. Like just a couple of days ago, someone said, listen, the Reggae Girls don't have flight problems. They never have, because they deal with their flight problems themselves. So and they were basically saying, don't compare the girls with the boys. The boys have problems.
We have problems, man, but we don't.
But you understand the perception, because
I know.
Yeah.
We have difficulties too, but I don't believe in bashing the JFF in public. I don't think it helps. I think it can destroy the relationship. So once we can work, like for instance, we have had their contracts closed. We have signed contracts. All the girls have signed contracts, which was which was on the table for the better part of 3 years and it wasn't done. But I believe in conversations, and I'm not saying that the JFF is perfect in any way possible. And but I know one thing I've always said: you can't win a fight by fight outside the ring. You have to come inside the ring. You know, so if I can hold conversations and we get these things in place, it won't happen overnight. Look at the best female team in the world. They've been going 30 years now trying to get parity. You know,
in terms of salary.
Even though you see it come out, that they have equal thing. It's not so. They turn it down again. Because when they go back and check it out, it's not really equal pay.
Really?
Yeah, somebody came out.
I didn't know that it was turned out. But I will say that the largest turnout at a club female game was last weekend. Real Madrid versus Barcelona. 91,000 people watching that game. 91,000 people. So something will need to be done to
female football needs a lot of attention. It's not what it used to be years ago. It was only USA that was dominating, you know. You see what Japan did to them in 2011. It's something like that will happen. I think the team that is here now, once everything works out and we get all the players together, it's a team that people will want to come out and see play.
Yeah. You know. But one of the things with the female game, I think the female sports, and it's very hard. You know, it's very hard even discussing female sport. Like I tell people, I try not to have a discussion about the game because I feel like if I say a player, unless I know the person very well and they're my friend, if I criticize them, they're not going to take it well. So I try not to discuss female sport when a game is done. Like if you go to them and say, listen, I mean, that was a very poor performance, you just get the feel like emotionally they may not deal with it well. So I try not to do it. All right. And I think it's one of the reasons why a lot of people shun away from even the sport in Jamaica. And there's also a perception that needs to change. And so a lot of more females follow men football. I have females who are my subscribers who when I'm discussing female football, they ain't coming on.
And they know the game too, you know.
But I'm telling you, when they discuss, one called Shem Jackson and one named called Claudia from Meadowbrook, she used to be at Meadowbrook High School. She knows the game. She talk about Ravel and all of these guys. You talk about female football, she's not coming on. And I know why. Because there's a perception about lifestyle that she has with people who play the sport. And I think that is the side of the sport that I want to see, even in a Jamaican context, being exposed. What I mean by that, I think if people begin to see a female player with her husband and her kids at the game, just like how when you go to a football game, you see the footballer, him baby mother or him wife is there and the child is there, that resonates more with people. And I know maybe our team is younger, so they may not have kids and they're unmarried, but you don't hear that. When a male footballer is married and they turn up at the game, you know. You don't see that in female sports in a Jamaica context. And I mean, I'd love to see you add something to that, because I think it will help to promote it. So the other side of the perception that I don't want to get into is what I think drives some people away, and it is doing, I think, the acceptable side in people's eye are putting those pictures out there that will win them over, so they know it is not predominantly this particular way.
Well, see,
I'm trying to know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to make sure that I
know you're choosing your word carefully, but my thing is about it, is that it happened before where an article came out and that was attributed to me, which I never said, and we have to be very careful, because when we come to a game, first of all, we can't mandate anybody's lifestyle.
Yeah.
to work. And then also we come to a game. We should come to the game to watch a game and not to look at a person's lifestyle. You know
Yeah.
how they behave at the game. I think we come to the game just like a footballer. We come to a game we don't know. Even you see, you come to a game and you see a footballer with a lady and a baby, but how is he treating that person? They might be, she might be there because she has to come with him, but their relationship can be the worst example for another teammate or something, you know. So I don't get into that because I have been coaching females with a national program from 2005, and I don't get into that as such. My thing is, if you come to play, and I say to the boys, if you come to play, that's what you come here for, football. We don't want you having any conversations here and conversations there. You pay attention to what the training. That's it. That's the most I can contribute to that.
Yeah.
We can't. We past that now, Omar. We past that type of a thinking. Right? We have to move away from that. The world has changed tremendously, significantly. So we have to say, okay, why aren't you coming to watch a game? The football to me is purer. The girls not faking injury as much like that men. Taking 5,000 turn. They give you is a more. The game is pure, you know. In the men's game, you're man trying to break your foot. Most times you see in a game and a girl tackle a girl and she go and pick her up.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true.
To me, it's a purer form of the game. I mean, look at the Jamaican Premier League right now, right? Everybody want to break somebody's leg. You know.
Well, to be fair, it has gotten. It is. I think, to be fair, it is not as aggressive as it used to be around 3 years ago. I guess because younger players are coming through the system, and that.
No, I think the referees coming on better now. I always tell referees, if you don't curb this, and when the youngsters make a national team and go and try the same things, they're going to be in trouble. I saw it happen already years ago when we went to the World Cup under 17. And the boy made a tackle that was ridiculous. And I said to a referee, when the referee was criticizing the tackle, I said, "What, you are the guy that created that? Because you're not calling those calls here.
Yeah,
you know, you have to make the calls. So you can develop the game by making these calls and let them stop those foolishness." I saw a team, and I called the team name. I saw a team playing Premier League some years ago, right? All dirty tackles, just about. The team was just a dirty playing team, and they went and do an international game, some competition, and you could not believe the same players. Everybody, not even one bad tackle, but they were getting away with it in Jamaica. So now the referees here now are standing up and making the calls. I saw in a game recently, it was like 51 fouls in the game, Premier League game, you know. One team make 31, one make 20. So I'm going, what? But then you hear it was 15 yellow cards in the game. So the referees are doing much better. Much better. You know, even the female referees people don't like them, but they're doing a very good job.
This person is Danny. People are going to come to your comments because we will be wrapping up soon. So I'm going to go from the lower end to the top end and take as many as possible. He says, equal pay for female players makes no sense. They don't garner as much attention to gain as much revenue as their female counterpart. All right. You want to take that because you're...
Well, it takes time. If you look at the game, really, I'm going to use the US. USA was female were filling the stand before the men were. USA females are the one that made soccer in America. Let's call it what they call it, right? They're the one that filled the stadium. The boys weren't doing that, but then yet now the boys are making more money than them, right?
Yeah.
So it's an opinion. If you lead to the female side, you're going to say yes. If you lead to more like what Danny is saying now, I understand what he's saying and not putting on what he's saying.
I can debunk this easy, you know.
Yeah.
Let me debunk this.
Let's take this season now, for instance.
There you go.
We don't support teams that lose, you know. Jamaican fans don't do that.
Exactly. That's what I was going to use.
The only way that stadium could fill there is if them open the gate, them fly the gate.
And
So
even so,
we had about
listen, if the
we had about
stadium was
we had about
open,
1,000 people there.
if the stadium was open for that last game,
Yeah,
it not would be half.
yeah, it still would be half.
No, it wouldn't be half. It would be quarter. Even if it was free and they were giving away water and
Yeah.
restaurant beer
See, that
or
doesn't-
something else, it's only quarter of the
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand that though. I understand that really.
But let me debunk this.
I would like to ask Danny.
Let me debunk this.
If he believes that if Khadija Shaw, Juice Spence, Page coming to me and then just finish play again, if they should travel in the business class or premium seats, if they deserve that.
Good
You
question.
understand?
And here's what I'm going to ask him. So in the negotiation, we understood that the boys were negotiating, I think for 2-5. Don't know where they settled, if it was 3, 2-5 or 2. So let's use 2-5 as a ballpark figure. Say this team qualifies for the World Cup, right? Remember, the boys were getting 2-5. Let's use that figure. We're not sure per game. This team qualifies for the World Cup. They go to the quarterfinals, lose in penalties to the champion, say the United States. Should they be paid 2-5 or more per game?
That question is to me or to Danny?
No, to Danny. Because at the end of the day, your salary should be driven by your success.
Exactly.
You understand me?
So let's hear from Danny.
Yeah, so Danny, I'd love for you to respond to those 2 questions and think. Then we have a next one here. Jens Andrew says, thank you, I am sure, for having Mr. Blaine on, and to Mr. Blaine for coming. And then Karumi says, how we look going into these 2 games?
We look good. It's just that we have some little setbacks, where people, as I said at the beginning of the show, that they have one coming with COVID, one with an injury. So we're having that type of thing. But to me, the squad is deep. I believe that we'll get over these 2 games.
Okay. All right. And then this one says, we need to teach the girls good sportswomanship, or is it sportsmanship?
I don't think we have any problem with that. With this set of girls. I've not seen anything that would show me that they're not good sports.
Yeah, I think that listen, I even when that tackle that I didn't think was a yellow card and Bunny Shaw.
It wasn't,
right? But yeah, it happened. I think that even during the whole time she was there with the young lady. I don't know what happened after the game, but she was right there. So I'm at the game, so I see. I don't see hostility.
You don't see a girl tackle a person and then step over him.
Yeah, you don't see that.
You
so
don't
I'm
see
not.
Those things.
Yeah.
You don't see, and Bunny was right there giving a helping hand to the young lady.
There you go. And
she was
I see
just
that in the game.
about the call,
I think when it comes on to that, I think it is too much in the girls' game, because sometimes, like many people are saying, leave her alone. And think in the stadium, I don't know, yellow card that, but she was still there looking at the opponent. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. Eddie Guna from Sports Down the Middle is asking if Marlo Sweatman. Listen, people, when you come on to the show, Eddie, you need to come on the show early. The thing was put up, and you want us to go back over the interview, Eddie Guna. That's not the way of the Arsenal. So if you're going to name Guna, you have to listen to the interview from early. Or you just come on and call yourself Eddie Murphy. But of course, big up Eddie Guna. People, I'll be at Sports Down the Middle tomorrow evening as well with Eddie and Tigat over there. Yeah, but he's asking if Marlo Sweatman will be called up.
Ma will be here.
She will be here. All right, but coach is not really calling a lot of names, but know that Marla, and he did say that Havana is still
out.
Any other names you guys want to find out?
I like that. I like that approach.
I hope my Tottenham goalkeeper is also here. I know she kept one game, and Sydney kept one from the
She
last 2
played
games.
today. Yeah, she played today.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So, all right, let me go up here. I think we did this one. Karumi, who has been saying earlier about the need to have the team together, he said that I remember a coach once said we need to build chemistry. Chemistry is important. And I think what he's suggesting is that we need to get the team in early. And but you can answer. But all I tell people is that football has changed so much now. The days of getting teams into camps for extended period of time are way gone in football, international football. But you can respond to that, coach.
Luckily for us, we'll have about 5 sessions with them. And that's to build the chemistry, as Karumi said, and also to build as a team. We're fortunate. I think it came at the right time in between, where we can get them for a while and then go into the last 2 games. I think it's important. Chemistry, yes, is important. They bring in players playing with clubs. The coaches have a different philosophy and a different style of play. They have to now adapt when they come in now to the national program. Every coach sort of have a different approach to how they train and play. It's just to get the mindset of the players to realize that, hey, you're in an environment now where you have to now look at what the coach wants and see. And that's the difference between professionals and amateurs, really. And a lot of times that happens when players go away, they don't realize that they have to play the way the coach wants, the coach's game model. What is it that he wants or she wants, So you're right, Kurumi, chemistry is very, very important. But you hope that they're professional enough to really get together and play together.
Yeah. All right, let me just state this too. Tennessee says Liverpool just got promoted. I am sorry, Bailey, which is, I think that's Jade Bailey, won't be there.
Paige Bailey. Yeah, Liverpool only wanted a point, but they won the game 4-2. 4-2, I think it was.
So I think he's saying that she won't.
She won't be in the top league.
She won't be in the top league.
Yeah. He's talking. Liverpool played. Liverpool. I think he's talking about Bailey. I know it's 2 Baileys. You have Bailey Gale and you have Jade Bailey.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. I don't
understand the question, the statement.
So Liverpool just got promoted. So are you saying that because Liverpool beat Bailey's side, so Liverpool got promoted and Bailey's side will not be? Isn't Bailey at Chelsea? Which one of the Bailey?
It's only Jade Bailey and Bailey Gale.
Yeah, and they are what teams?
I know Liverpool get by what's the name of the team again? That Bailey Gale played on. They beat Bailey Gale's team.
Okay, so maybe he's saying that I think what he may mean is that because he beat Bailey Gale team, her team will not be promoted. Liverpool got promoted.
Yes.
So he was looking forward to see.
Yeah.
I think that's what he may be saying. Let's hope. And this one is so it says Coach Blaine, I enjoy watching the girls over the men. Easy on the eye, and I can see what they want to do. I think you're saying that because the boys get knocked out, but I think he said that, because the Reggae boys got knocked out. But it's always so remind us, what about the you remember there's a player, I think was it Crystal Palace that we spoke about it.
She's on the radar. I spoke to her. She's doing she's looking about her documents.
Okay, so she does have some interest in play.
Hopefully she'll be ready for advanced July would be.
Okay, and so, well, if you have made contact, given what you said you were doing in the early stages of this thing when you were previous, then I trust that it will be processed.
Yeah, that is
in time. Yeah. And Boss Thomas was asking about the youngster, Christian Brathwaite, and about her process. But Boss Thomas, I mean, yeah, that documentation is being worked on. But I think, I don't know. I mean, a 16-year-old, if you can make the Jamaica national team with the players that we're getting at 16, then you know, I mean, wow, you probably should be in the USA under 20.
Exactly.
Because Jamaica is the fourth, we're the third or fourth ranked team in CONCACAF.
Let me see, maybe not. I think no.
Canada, Panama.
We say 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we have 4.
And somewhere there we are.
No,
it
2,
is
4.
between us and Mexico.
No, we're at the present ranking. We have a couple teams ahead of us. We have USA and Canada first and second.
Yeah.
And then it goes differently after that. I worked it out the other day, and to plan the draw. But so it was we were like the 5th or so, 4th, depending.
Depending on how these 2 games go and how other fixtures go.
Well, after this, I don't know if the ranking going to change. Because the ranking is a difficult thing to follow now.
Okay.
So it depends on how much game you play, you know, how much minutes you play, all that type of thing coming to effect.
Yeah. MPEC football, Reece James' sister played for England already.
No, Reece James' sister cannot play for Jamaica. She's not qualified.
Yeah.
She's not eligible.
Right, and Reece James is not qualified.
Somebody had mentioned him already, and I checked it out because she plays at the same club that Drew Spence played at.
Right.
And I checked it out. She can play for
Manchester.
She can play for Grenada or one of the teams.
Yeah.
But she can't play for us.
Okay. Yeah. The thing, people, what I can say to you is that when it comes down to the women's program, they are very good at recruiting. So if you don't see the person in the team, they can't play for Jamaica because they are not good enough. Because one thing I can say, when you look at the composition of the team over the years, she's at Chelsea, right?
Chelsea shit.
Huh?
She's at Chelsea.
Yeah. Right. You understand me? So if they're not in the Jamaica team, they're either not good enough or they're not qualified. If they're good enough and they're qualified, they're going to be in the team because it has been the modus operandi of the female team. We have always recruited. I think we have just extended it beyond the United States because most of our players normally come through the soccer programs in the States and locally.
And Canada.
And Canada, right, because we have good connections in Canada as well. Tennessee said that I was saying, my name's Jade Bailey and Liverpool got promoted. So I was looking forward to seeing her in the Jamaican team. But it looks like it won't happen because passport issues.
Not necessarily.
Hold on, it's a trick question, you know.
Yeah,
You're really trying to find out if Jade Bailey got her passport. Tennessee Lewis.
Yeah.
Tennessee is a smart man, you know. You're an attorney, right? You're an attorney. I like how you phrase this question. So he suggested that Jade Bailey. Well, the coach has said not necessarily. So I don't know if you want a more clear-cut answer than that, but he says not necessarily. So I don't know. Yeah, thank you, Boss Thomas. And then Dre Anyweather, the Harbor View man, says, me just reaching, sorry. Did he say Drew Spencer will be here? You see? Go ahead, Coach Blade. These questions are for you.
Drew is on the list, but I'm not sure what's happening yet.
Okay. So Drew is on the list.
Yeah,
and the list people would be the squad list.
I can't say much about it right now, but there's a little hitch, I think.
Okay. And then the Mullins man who got a shocker today, 4-1, says, "Hail Sermon is blessing to serving. A good thing is JA football we're talking about because this team gave my team a fine beating."
They get 4-1, but they're doing well, you know. I mean, Mullines, people don't understand that Mullines is doing very well, you know. But sometime on the day, that's what happens, you know. That's what happens on the day. Sometimes they just not that they don't turn up, but it's so it goes sometimes.
Yeah, they
you know.
turn up to get turnover.
Yeah, sometimes, man. I can't understand it, but sorry about that, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Eddie is asking, which is one of the questions. When will the squad be named? And why we
This
have
squad should come out by tomorrow. The reason why the squad wasn't out already is because there's so many changes. You know, it would change. You know, people dropping out. If I had set up the squad, say from Monday this week gone by, I'd have to change 4 times already.
okay.
You know, so I don't like to send out names with players. For instance, if you send out a full squad and you never select a player, and you drop out a player and then bring that player in, it can cause something sometimes. Oh, you never call me, so you know. So we have to be careful with hand out the squads. You know,
So
a team can do it at any time because they know who playing from when.
listen, I'm telling you, one thing I don't like, the one thing that I think needs to fix. I think Coach Blaine, and I challenge you to do this. Like when you're doing a squad, even if you need to use I Am Sure Sports, there should be some sort of press thing, so people can, like, if we are professional football, it's not hard to organize.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
can. It can be probably somebody from the JFF just sitting down and talking to you, and that be like.
Listen, I'm glad you raised that point, you know, because it's nothing new. I think we have to get to that level. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not down in JFF, but right now, you know, a small island like Grenada. Remember, I used to be there, right? When Grenada doing their thing, you know, they have a press conference.
A press conference. Okay.
They talk to the coach, and the coach name the squad with pictures of the player, right? I think that's what we have to start doing now. And I'm glad you raised, because it's something that definitely that we want to do.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, even if you need to come and say, listen, but there has to be something like that. Even using Zoom, and I know you have the expertise to do that.
Yeah.
So I think it should be like, you know, the last time, right? So here's what disappointed me the last time. You and I did the interview, and writing out of protocol, you couldn't release the squad. It was like pulling teeth to get the squad. Like it came out like a thief in the night. And I'm not being harsh. And I'm saying that, like, come on, this is the girls. And it would be good to have it and have even the captain sitting there, because it's also marketing it.
Of course. I mean, even if you look at the social media page of the Grenada Football Association, they have it there, you know. So I agree with you. It's something that, as you mentioned, it is something that I have to really. I just came back in, so these are something that we have to look at with all the teams, male, female, you know, and all the age groups. I think it also gives the kids some highlight, the players some highlight.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, say you're sponsored by this pen company.
Yeah.
They're up there with the pen and they do the press conference.
Yeah.
Because I see, listen, you know what is funny? So in the last window, when we were having struggles getting the squad, the Dominican Republic did their thing. Bermuda had a press conference. So I'm saying other teams are doing it. And so I think it's not hard to arrange. But let's see what, like I said, you're there now. This is the second window you have. So let's see. So hopefully by the time we get to July, or we get to the next round, we will have these things as standard operating procedure.
Right. I
agree
agree
with
with
11 minutes. Yeah. Drew says, speaking about Drew Spencer, Dre says, I saw her play live in Florida, and she's a boss in that midfield. She's a leader at Chelsea also. Now he's a Chelsea fan and a Harborview fan. So Chelsea took revenge. Harborview took revenge on Chelsea's behalf. Yeah, but she is like Coach said, there is a little glitch, but she's on the list. So we'll see when the squad is released if she will be a part of it. And then I see Eddie Guna says, and he's talking about the press conferences, and he says, and come on more shows on YouTube as well, coach. So he says that we laugh out loud. So, yeah. So, yeah, man. But anything else you want to tell the fans, the persons who are watching, as we look forward to the game? Because I know you're tired and you have a long week ahead of you, so I don't want to keep you past 9 o'clock. So, in the time we have left.
Just asking for the full support on the game, since we're going to be in an unusual, let me say unusual or uncomfortable environment. The field is okay, but we're not with the stadium. It's closer. It hovers over the players. I'm just asking the fans to come out and support the girls. It's a crucial game for us. No matter what I think about we can make it. We need that 12th man to come out and really push the girls. Let them feel appreciated. I know the fact when you talk about home games, you do well in home games. That it's something that is true because you have the people surrounding you, right? The fans coming out and really supporting. I'm asking for full support on the 12th at 6 o'clock at Sabina Park. Tell your friends. All person on here, encourage your friends to bring another friend, so we can get a full stadium to really boost these girls and to
a full
come
Sabina Park. A full Sabina Park. We don't want
Sabina,
anybody
a full
to
Sabina
the
stadium.
Yeah. Yes. And listen, I mean, coach, when the ladies are here, listen, any one of them want to come on and talk and promote the game, I mean, you can tell them.
They want parity. They want 5,000 US to come on. As just that's small amount of money for you.
5,000 US, not a problem, man. We have in our chat. We have the Mullines owner. We have Dre Anywhere, part of Chelsea, and we have a fellow called Stan Cranky.
Yeah.
So we have no.
So the Mullines owner, who Malcolm big up a while ago. But
it's what the Mullines owner just said. Listen what this now. This is crazy. I said I don't even get into these football comments. You know what the man said? It says, man, that comment is not fair, as I am equally a Chelsea fan. So after today's result, I thought I was reliving yesterday. So this one they can't. This Premier League thing, man. Yes. Watch how you're talking about the European champions, because Police is going to fix Arsenal business tomorrow. Come on, man. But I mean, that's a way, I think sometimes because as the team changes, they're not a part of the local football dynamic, and there needs to be greater visibility. I'm not saying that my platform is a platform, but they need to. I think one of the things we need to do, and I'll never forget. Let me say it this way: I've never forgotten how the 1998 campaign garnered Jamaica. There were these bus drives, and the fact that they were training in different locations. Some of those things we can't do. Yeah, the Reggae Boys bus, and they would go to school and just sign stuff for kids. Just go on the school compound, just stop, and then go to training. They visit a school. They call courtesy calls and stuff like that. Beyond radio or TV and all of these things, it don't have to be long, because I think the support is needed, not just from a noise-making perspective, but from putting financial impetus into the program to let sponsors.
We did that,
Say, listen, you didn't see Sabina Park full, man. We need to get on board. We need to sponsor. That's what I think needs to happen.
Years ago, we did that, Years ago, I used to do that. We used to take the players around to different fields and play, right? We played fun games with them, and they signed autographs for people. We went to schools and we did the same thing, So it's something that I used to do early. I know we did a fundraiser at for big up. This is not an ad for him, but at the big up, Beanie Man did it free for us, and we raised good money that night. So we used to do those things to expose them to general populace, so they can see these are the girls. It was done before, It has not been done recently, but I know we.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. I mean, I can
Mhm.
imagine if you had something with like chronics or just calling some names
Yeah,
randomly, sing those
yeah,
things.
man.
But let me tell you our next big thing. Listen, I always tell people I don't go to parties and sing, but I know what party people do. Here's what they say: ladies free. You understand me? Listen,
Yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah.
can
You
say
carry
the
on.
first 1,000 ladies, right? You come in free, but you have to come with your spouse or somebody. So that
Mm-hmm.
person have to pay, but you get in free for the first 1,000.
Yes, yes.
I'm
No,
telling
it
you,
makes all those things are promotion.
yeah. Some man, I go find a way. You understand? Some lady, I go find a man to buy a ticket so she can tag along. You understand me? Those little things sometimes will help to do it, but yeah, I think that would be good, So maybe one of the things they can do is that before they leave off for the Cayman Islands, have one of the artists, probably like a Chronics, come do a one song. I'm very sure that we have artists like the Coffee and the Chronics, some of these artists that will come and just do a 1 and 2 song to send them off to play the Cayman
You know, the
Islands.
funniest thing you talking these things is the exact thing I used to do.
Yeah,
We had them come to the to the players' residence.
exactly.
We had ladies come there and talk to them, right? At one time we had female artists come and sing with them at the house. Seriously, those things used to happen. We have to
Yeah.
and my idea is to get back to that, but I have to settle in first. I have to settle in
Okay.
first, because we have people coming here. We have people who are politician but female just come in and talk to the girls. We had artists come in and sing and talk to them and encourage them. So those things used to happen. Trust me,
Yeah.
those things used to happen.
Yeah, man, all you send Bolt now have song, man, all different people and thing have songs.
It's true. I believe in that. I believe, and it's good photo up. That good Kodak moment too.
Yeah. Like I can just imagine these girls going to play Dominica on
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday
Yeah,
and
man.
Monday morning. When they're doing a light session,
Yeah.
you know, you know, Ding Dong turn up a training and just give them our this guy will do the thing about dirt, turn up and teach them how to dirt for 10 minutes. Like that just gets them
Yeah, man.
into so
One year I had Lisa Anna come and talk to them,
yeah,
and
even that.
those are things that we used to be doing. We used to do like maybe 7 8 years ago when I was there. We have to get back on those things on the table now so we can really promote the game. I just think the women's game, as I said to the general secretary, these girls are gonna make you proud one of these days. So we have to get back to that.
Yeah. All right, coach, the time is up on us. Like I said, I want to make sure you get some rest because you have a long week.
Yeah.
Want to thank you again. And you know that we're always available whenever you need to come and make an appeal to the
Right.
fans or that we are available. You know, you need to come and talk, share some knowledge, give us information. You just make the phone call. And
Right, man. No problem,
yeah,
man.
man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, and keep on doing the good work. We believe and we think that this team has the quality and the leadership and the ideas to get us to our second consecutive World Cup as a nation. So
We're
all
gonna
the
keep on
best.
fighting. Thanks
Yeah,
once
man.
again. Always a pleasure to come and talk to you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate all that you do, and I appreciate your whole lot.
Yeah, man. Take care.
All right, there you go, people. Marvin Ferron. Yes, you see, what you're asking, that information was early in the video, so we didn't want to go back over it. All right, big up, Buster was not a promoter, but just have some ideas. Other stuff. Eddie Guna said he will sing. Tennessee, let the public know the players and the clubs they play for, so people know. We have top players playing for the big clubs. Yep. So I'm going to put up these comments because I know Coach Blaine will watch the video afterwards. Tennessee, you guys are too good. Guys are too good. There no excitement. You miss out something from that one, Tennessee. But listen, hey, Tennessee, you have been on from the beginning, man. So respect, much love, and appreciate that. Respect to every one of you, all of you who came on, supported the video. Watch it as we talk about female football. Talk to the coach. If you have time, please go back and watch the video. Important information about the time, the schedule, the travel plans, availability of players, injured players, player tested positive for COVID. All of those things are in the video, so you can hear what's happening, what the plans are for the national team, for the two upcoming games. That's the female team. Again, I want to say a big thank you to you and to all the sponsors, for all our subscribers. We have a big interview tomorrow on I Am Sure Sports. Yes, I don't know how this is going to work, but we have an interview with yours truly, the one and only Mr. Ricardo Fuller. People, yes, we will be talking to Mr. Ricardo Fuller. Yes. Yeah, we'll be talking to Ricardo Fuller. All right. So here is what. Make sure you come on and be a part of that. Be a part of that. We're talking to Ricardo Fuller. All right. And he's going to share his story with us. Make sure you don't miss that. Have a blessed rest of the day. I am Manizman. This is I Am Sure Sports. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.